objects in After Effects. You're going to notice it with this text. It kind of has a bounce to it. I personally love these bouncy looking animations. It not only makes it look more dynamic, it also adds a little bit of realism, because you're adding that velocity to that layer, and you're visually seeing it kind of come to a stop. And I don't know, it just adds it's just pleasing to the eye, in my opinion. And I just want to show you guys real quick what I do to achieve that, and it's really simple. You can kind of achieve it with with the graph editor and what you just saw here. So let's get rid of these keyframes. So we're going to start with a scale of 0. And for this, make sure that your anchor point is in the center of the text, just like how we changed it in the beginning of this video. So we're going to set a keyframe for the scale. We're going to move up 3 frames or so, depending on how fast you want the animation to be. And let's bring it up to 100 and 110. Now, the idea with this second keyframe is to over-exaggerate the scale amount. So let's say you want its final resting size to be 100%. You want to over-exaggerate for the second keyframe. So we're going to go beyond 100% to 110%. Then we're going to move forward about 2 or 3 keyframes, and we're going to, instead of bringing it back down to 100%, we're going to bring it back to 95. Then we're going to move 2 or 3 more keyframes, bring it back to, let's say, 105. 3 more keyframes, bring it back to 100. This may be a slow animation. We might need to bring these keyframes a little bit closer together, but let's take a look at what we have so far. Alright, so this animation might look a little bit too dramatic and a little bit too slow, but you get the idea of how to recreate that bouncy animation look to your layers in After Effects. You can use this for so many things, and it definitely adds a little bit of interest to whatever you're animating. Again, you can always easy ease these keyframes. You can well, you can bring them a little bit closer together. Instead of 3 frames, maybe 1 frame or 2 frames. Let's take a look at this. Definitely a lot faster. You might want to make it a little bit less dramatic, especially here. Instead of going back to 105, you can make 102 or so, and then it goes back to 100. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. So definitely play around with these values and get a look that really matches what you're going for. Adjust the speed. You can even go into the graph editor and select the scale and mess around with the curve that way.
Hey, you know something?
No, what?
I had a wet dream last night.
So I hope this this helps a little bit at understanding kind of what went into this this logo that I created. Now this is really basic motion graphic stuff. I mean, there's a lot of talented people on YouTube. I've seen videos of really advanced stuff, but I figured this would be a good start. And since I've been asked quite a bit on how I did some of these things, it would be I thought it'd be pretty cool to do a short series on basic motion graphics, and then maybe in the future we could do something a little bit more advanced. But next time I'm thinking of showing how to animate these shape layers and creating some of that shine effect that you saw in the beginning there, and a couple other things related to motion graphics. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial so far. If you have any suggestions on what you want to see specifically to motion graphics, go ahead and post it in the comment section below, because this is the first video that I'm planning to doing on a series of videos for motion graphics, but nothing is set in stone yet, so I'm really open to suggestions as far as what you guys want to see. And also, I have a lot of exciting stuff coming up. I'm working on a video called Real Life Grand Theft Auto, and it's going to have a lot of shooting. I've been working on it quite a bit, and a lot of planning and permits are involved for this one. So I hope you guys are going to enjoy it, and I'm also going to be shooting it